Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, July the 23rd. We're going to talk a little bit today about a historic landmark in Arrow Rock, Missouri, and that's the J. Huston Tavern. If you've ever been there, it was a wonderful, quaint restaurant who had the best fried chicken and mashed potatoes and cucumber salad.
Country cooking at its finest.
Yeah. I want to introduce you to ALAN HAGEDORN. You're the general manager of the J. Huston Tavern. The building is a historic landmark.
Built in 1837.
It's owned by the state of Missouri.
Correct.
But it's run by the Friends of Arrow Rock. Right?
Right.
So they're your boss.
They are my boss.
This is quite a conglomerate there.
And it makes for interesting conversations. When I was getting the liquor license, I had to show that there was no lease because it's run by the state, and the state, who also controls the liquor licenses. It was quite an interesting conversation.
But now, you had a fire in the kitchen?
The fire in the kitchen in May of 19.
Yeah.
And then they were open mostly as a summer kitchen after that, with a temporary kitchen while they cleaned up the insides. And then they reopened using one of the main dining rooms for the prepping area.
So what is the kitchen? The kitchen is now fully operational?
It will be very, very shortly. It is
what about
in the final phases.
Construction that's happening?
Well, so the construction was all kitchen. The tavern itself, luckily, was spared most everything except a little smoke damage.
Yeah.
And so it's a brand new state-of-the-art kitchen. We're just really excited about getting in there. But
when you go into the dining area, it's the same as it was before. It looks like you've stepped back in time.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting there.
There is always the assumption of ghosts and past.
Are there ghosts?
I have been told so. Actually, I had a little experience long ago with a lock that somehow got locked when I know I didn't lock it. But other people have told stories of apparitions and such. But
really?
Yeah, it's
okay. So if you want to go and have a good meal, and you want to share some stories about ghosts,
right?
They're not haunting any of the people that
I've not seen that happen yet. No.
Okay. So what are your hours of operation?
So we're going to be open when the Lyceum is open. So because that's basically the biggest draw for Arrow Rock.
Yeah.
We will be open Wednesday lunch through Sunday, 11 to 2. And then the evenings that there's an evening performance will be open from 5 till 8.
But you're only open during when the Lyceum Theater is having productions.
Well, that's not true. We'll be open other times too, but it'll always be the same Wednesday through Sunday day.
Okay.
And then we're doing what I'm going to try to do something that keep the people in the village after the show. We're going to bring people back to the Lyceum or to the tavern for what we're going to call the tap room experience, so they can have a cordial cocktail before they have to leave town.
Okay, it's run by the Friends of Arrow Rock. It's owned by the state of Missouri. It's a historic landmark. If you want more information, you can visit the website HustonTavern.com.
Correct.
Okay, Alan, thank you so much for coming by.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And watch out for those ghosts in the building.
No ghosts.
All right, now I want to introduce you to Brittany Whitley. I got it right.
You did.
Brittany Whitley. Try saying that fast 3 or 4 times in a row. And Brittany Whitley is, I did do it 3 times.
You did.
Is here from Most Policy Initiative. We did a segment about a month or so ago about Most Policy. Explain real quick what it is and then what you're doing.
Absolutely. So we are a nonpartisan nonprofit group, and our main goal is to help connect science to policy at both the state and local level. So we have a fellows section of the program, which is working with legislators to write science notes and kind of get science into the conversation. And then we also have a local science engagement network trying to help connect local scientists and researchers with the legislature.
Okay. I have to ask you, how are you doing with connecting science with the local legislature.
Yes, it's so this was the first year that we've had a full class of fellows, and so during the regular session, which ended in May, we were able to write around 80 different science notes on a range of topics. So I cover education and workforce development, and I wrote around 30 different science notes in that area. And then I think something that's really exciting is now that session's ended, we still have around 25 different requests for information. And so not just when people are actively talking about bills, we're actually starting to get involved now in the process of bill drafting and kind of getting information to legislators before they write their legislation for the next session.
And they are asking for information about science?
Yes, they are. And we're very transparent. We tell them, we're not going to write something for you that is going to necessarily be, here's all of the reasons why you have the best ideas compared to everyone else. We're really trying to present this balanced view of here's some of the trade-offs. Here's ways that this policy might be really helpful in Missouri, and here's things to consider that might create some challenges, maybe some unintended consequences.
What kind of response have you had?
So I think that, it's a little hard to measure the response we've had. We did just do a survey of legislators who have asked for science notes. And I think one of the things that was most encouraging to me is that we are being perceived as a nonpartisan and objective organization. And so I think for us, that's one of the big kind of metrics of success because we want to set ourselves apart from lobbyists.
Yes, because it seems like we have become so partisan in Missouri and in the country. And it starts to wear you out. You got to think, come on, we've got to work together for the common good of all the people. Forget the parties. What's good for the country and what's good for the individual people?
Right. And I think we're really uniquely positioned to fill that role. So we know that legislators hear a lot from lobbyists, from advocacy groups, and we're trying to set ourselves apart from that and say, we recognize that you have all of these different priorities and interests that you need to take into consideration, but let us be this group that's just kind of providing that research, can help talk you through maybe some of the confusing jargon that maybe if you tried to go pull up an academic paper, it might be a little harder to understand what's in there. And so I would say that just based purely on the number of requests we're getting both during and after session, we've really been able to kind of to do what our mission is really aimed towards.
I wish you luck. I know you got a tough job there, but I hope that things continue going as well as you perceive that they are. If people want more information, how can they find out more about Most Policy Initiative?
So you can go to our website at www.mostpolicyinitiative.org and sign up for our local science engagement network. We're also hosting a workshop on September 16th about writing and reviewing these science notes.
Thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks so much.
Something you'd like to hear or see, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu.